Oh shit, man, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Abemoney Reacts. And today I'm here with another reaction video. All right, so we got the man Jimmy High Roller. When you score 83 points and nobody cares. As you know, Bam scored 83 points the other day. I did not believe it. Chat.
Take a look at the best scoring nights.
Don't interrupt me right now, nigga. Don't interrupt me right now. I'm speaking my intro. But the fuck wrong with this nigga? But yeah, yeah, Bam scored 83, past Kobe and shit. So we're gonna watch this video from Jimmy High Roller, chat. All right, let's get it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Road to 1K.
Throughout NBA history, and you will see a list of the greatest players to ever play the game. Jordan 69, Steph 62, Lillard 71, Luka's 73, Kobe Bryant's famous 81. It's the most coveted record book in all of basketball, a testament and historical evidence of the greatest nights in NBA history by some of the greatest players in NBA history. Which begs the question, what the hell is Bam Adebayo doing here with a mind-boggling modern NBA record of 83 points? Well, this, my friends, is the result of quite possibly the most egregious case of stat padding the NBA has ever seen. And despite scoring the second most points in a single...
Chat. People are trying to say, oh, try to discredit, oh, it was against the Wizards. It was against the Wizards. Hey, man. Hey, man. Say, man. 83 is 83 at the end of the day. 83, like, no bullshit. What the fuck? Why did this shit just start, bro? Chill out. Yeah, 83 is 83, chat. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's at the end of the day, you can't like hate on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And niggas gonna say he shot 43 free throws, but nigga, what you fail to realize, nigga, that's 83. So, yeah.
Historical evidence of the greatest nights in NBA history by some of the greatest players in NBA history. Which begs the question, what the hell is Bam Adebayo doing here with a mind-boggling modern NBA record of 83 points? Well, this, my friends, is the result of quite possibly the most egregious case of stat padding the NBA has ever seen. And despite scoring the second most points in a single game in the history of the NBA, Bam's 83-point night will go down as one of the most shocking and controversial games we may ever see.
Let's get to it.
Today's video is sponsored by Arena Club. If you grew up collecting sports cards like me, searching
right,
for
Jimmy.
that one player...
Jimmy, I get it. Get your money on. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Damn. God damn.
By going to arenaclub.com/Jimmy and using code JXMY. That's arenaclub.com/Jimmy, code JXMY.
Alright, let's get to it.
On Tuesday night, in a game featuring the Washington Wizards and the Miami Heat, with 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the Heat were up 146 to 119.
Damn, shit, chat. Ah, damn, these niggas suck. The Wizards fucking suck, chat. Holy crap-a-doodle. The Wizards fucking suck, chat. No bullshit.
By all conceivable measures, this game was a blowout. It's over. But with that being the case, why is Drew Smith attempting a full-court heave while his team is up nearly 30 points on a piss-poor Wizards team? Well, he's not. He's trying to get the ball to Bam Adebayo, who is being double-teamed 50 feet away from the ball because he has 79 points and absolutely no intention of subbing out of this game.
Chat, would you ever think, like, Kobe's record would be broken, bro? Like 20 years later too, it would be broken, but I didn't think it was gonna be a motherfucking, like, you know, by goddamn, sorry, chat. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be broken by fucking Kobe Bryant. That's crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be Wemby, Shea, Jason Tatum. Now somebody gotta score 90. Niggas say bam after every shot. I want them to say Tatum. No bullshit. But hey, we can't all get what we want, chat. But hey, Bam scored 83, so fuck it.
At this point, the only way Bam is going to add to his historic total will be at the free throw line, because Washington is now guarding him with their entire roster. And what started as a normal basketball game has now become a full-blown circus act.
Damn.
But it didn't start this way. In just the first quarter of this game, Bam Adebayo had 31 points, the second most points scored in the first quarter of a game in NBA history. By halftime, Bam had 43, already a career high, and the second most points scored in the first half of a game in NBA history. Going into the third, the Wizards still had no answer for Bam. His points still flooding in, both naturally in the flow of the game and ethically. By the end of the third, Bam had 62 points, which, you guessed it, is the second.
Nah, chat, what's crazy? Nigga had like fucking, bro, like nigga had like how much he have in the like first quarter, chat? He had like fucking 30, bro. Like he had like 30. That's insane, chat. You know that's fucking insane. You know what I'm saying?
Most points through 3 quarters in NBA history. Before the start of the fourth quarter, Bam's performance was already being celebrated by his teammates and fans. He had broken LeBron's franchise scoring record of 61. He set a new career high, and the Heat were blowing the Wizards out by 20. And it is at this point where Bam and his coaching staff are left with a decision. Stay in the game and build onto an already substantial lead. Leave the floor and sub out as the hero of the night, or stay in the game and potentially chase the league's scoring record. What decision should they make? Well, it just so happens that I covered this exact predicament in my last video, where I asked the question, is it possible to score 100 points in an NBA game? The final verdict? Yes, it is possible. The only problem? The circumstances required to have such a game are so unlikely.
This might sound crazy, chat, but like I think like Wemby could break it, bro. Like I think he might be the motherfucker that breaks it, or Luka. Didn't you just see like Luka had 51 the other night, bro? No bullshit. This nigga already scored 60. You know what I'm saying, in a game. So I think Luka, Shea, Tatum could actually score that too, or Wemby, bro. I think they could beat that. No bullshit. In today's NBA, chat, man, yeah, they could break that shit, chat.
That we will probably never see 100 points ever again, unless a player is willing to infringe on the integrity of the game itself. There have been many games throughout the years that had record-breaking potential, but for a few reasons, most notably the game being a blowout and the potential record breaker respectfully sitting the final quarter, there have been very few instances where a player was able to genuinely chase the record without any negative consequences. How did Bam Adebayo drop the most points in modern NBA history on a random Tuesday night in March?
That's crazy.
Great respect to let him play. History of the NBA. Now 3. Bam.
Should I turn down my volume a little bit? It's kind of crazy, I think. Hold on, chat. Let me turn it down a little bit. Chat. Alright.
By choosing option C and infringing on the integrity of the game in what could have been a celebrated, memorable, and ethical performance, Bam and the Heat decided to go a different route. With about 9 minutes left in this game, Bam had this incredible and one. A blow-by followed up with this great acrobatic finish at the rim through contact, and an explosion from the fans in the arena. And after hitting the free throw, this would have been the ideal and historically acceptable moment for Bam to check out of this game. It was his 70th point of the night. Miami...
Nigga, no, you don't check out the game. If you close to being Kobe, passing Kobe, fuck no. Why would you sit? Nah, bro. I think they was right for letting him play. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. Yeah, if you sit him down on 70, that's kind of crazy because like he could beat it. Pause. Wait, that's not a pause, bro. But like he could beat the record, bro. So like, you don't sell a motherfucker out that he's already scoring 70. Let him go for the 83. Shit. I don't care if it's the fucking Wizards, the bum ass Wizards, or the fucking bum ass Hawks. But let him go for it, chat. You know what I'm saying? He got 70, so shit. I think a nigga could break that though.
Had the game all but wrapped up. And up to this point, all of his points were ethical, non-GMO, farm-raised buckets. But instead, Bam stayed in the game. And here is how he scored his final 13 points. Free throw, free throw, free throw, free throw, miss three, layup, free throw, miss three, turnover, miss three,
Hey man, like all the free throw, nigga, it's still 83. No matter how you put it, gang.
Three, free throw, free throw, free throw, free throw, intentional miss free throw, attempting to manufacture more points, free throw, free throw. Bye-bye Kobe, hello Bam. In what is now being called the most unethical game of basketball the league has ever seen, the Miami Heat spent the final 7 minutes of this game executing every conceivable tactic to manufacture more points for Bam Adebayo. Chucking up unnecessary threes, intentionally fouling the Wizards to get possession, even going as far as intentionally missing a free throw to try to get the ball back to Bam. And as a result, they are quickly discovering why Kobe's modern scoring record stood for so long and why no one can seem to match it despite a number of players getting close. Because, wait, I actually already said this a week ago, let me find the clip real quick. 100 points in a single game is possible, but the circumstances required to have such a game to justify one player taking that many shots and doing so without infringing.
Oh, my boy Jimmy got receipts. Hey man, okay, all right, you did say that. All right.
On the integrity of the game is so narrow that we may never see it happen again. Ah, that's right. The fallout for unapologetically chasing out. Yeah. This is truly a definitive and timeless paradox of big performances. Historic nights like this have become less about can a player pull it off and more about do the circumstances require a player to pull it off, in which case the circumstances virtually never do. This performance from Bam is not only proof of that, but it is evidence of what we all have known to be the truth. There are many players around the league right now who could go for 80, 90, maybe even 100 points on the right night, if they set their mind to it, if them and their team game plan for it, if it is their
Like I
sole
said,
focus
I think Wemby could do it, or Luka. I wouldn't be surprised. This nigga scored 51.
48 minutes
60
if the
before.
Washington Wizards are on their schedule. But even attempting something like this would require a player to break the unwritten rules of basketball. And that clearly isn't worth the backlash of possibly pulling it off. It isn't worth it. So what were the fruits of Bam's labor? The second most points in a single game in NBA history, the most free throw attempts in a single game in NBA history, by far the most free throws made in a game in NBA history, and the fifth most three-pointers attempted in a game. Oh, and he also broke the record for the most criticism received by a single player in one game. Now, if we ignore all context and what it took to get there, according to the game score metric, which takes all the good things a player does in the box score minus all the bad things and spits out a number that attempts to reflect the impact a player had on a game, Bam had statistically the sixth best game in NBA history, which is unfortunate
really?
that it will not be remembered as such. In my last video, I used this chart to display the greatest scoring nights in NBA history and the pace these players were on to reach their final totals. For example, here's Luka's 73, here's Booker's 70, Lillard's 71, here's Kobe's 81, and here is Bam's 83. Through 3 quarters, he was tied for the second most points all time going into the fourth. In fact, that and one bucket in the fourth quarter that I mentioned earlier is right here. All of his buckets leading up to this point were non-forced ethical buckets within the flow of the game. Bam Adebayo was playing out of his mind, better than anyone ever has in modern NBA history, even before all of these shameless scoring tactics were deployed. The stat padding that spurred all of this outrage took place here in the final 9 minutes of the game.
I want to know who you guys think. Who you think will break the record? Like, do you think like, and how fast will they be able to like break it? What like year? Do you give them like maybe 5, 10 years? I'll say this record. I'll give it another 5, 10 years that somebody could break Bam out of bio. Cause nah, niggas is saying bam, bam when they shoot the shot, but nah, I don't think we'll ever forget about Kobe's 81. That shit was iconic. You know what I'm saying? Not saying not to hate on Bam, but like we'll remember it, but it's just like I don't know, bro. I just don't know how to put it, chat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
All of this is now invalid because of this. A week ago, I said the methods the Warriors used to get Wilt to 100 were outrageous and would never be used in the modern NBA. 7 days later, we're watching a center get triple teamed 94 feet out while up 25 with no admissible reason for him still being on the court. I now stand corrected. But I don't think these final minute tactics are worth discrediting this entire performance. 83 points is 83 points. Regardless of how you go about getting them, you still have to go out and get them. The irony of this whole thing is that I've seen a lot of comments about how this game was proof for some fans that Wilt Chamberlain actually did score 100 back in 1962 despite there being no video evidence. If Bam can get to 83, Wilt Chamberlain could and definitely did get to 100. Which there's already a laundry list of proof from that game. I don't know why this would be the determining factor. But if Bam's game is being ridiculed and dismissed, even if the criticism is justified, then so should the mythical 100-point scoring record.
Nah, well, I don't. Have you seen footage of that shit? I don't know. The shit was in black and white, so I don't know. Like, and niggas was saying like, oh, he plays with plumbers, which maybe is true, but like, damn, have we ever seen that game where Wilt scored 100? That would be crazy if I could see it, chat. You know what I'm saying?
Because the way that Bam got his points is the exact method Wilt used to get his. Like, literally, bar for bar. During the final minutes of Heat Wizards, Keyshawn Johnson intentionally missed a free throw in hopes that the Heat would get the rebound to get it back to Bam. This is exactly what the Warriors did for Wilt. The Heat also intentionally fouled while holding an insurmountable lead to get the ball back faster. The Warriors did the same exact thing to get Wilt to 100. If Bam's 83 points is invalid because of these tactics, then for that same reason, so is Wilt's 100. Not only did the two biggest scoring nights in NBA history deploy the most gimmicky, shameless tactics to pull it off, this is quite possibly the only way to pull it off. The only difference between Bam's 83 and Wilt's 100 is video cameras and an angry mob of critics online. Now, to be completely honest, I was thrilled to finally see a coach allow his player to chase a record.
Nah, chat. I was like, with me, chat. Like, I was like shocked as hell. They said this nigga scored 83. I didn't believe they asked. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't believe they asked. You know what I'm saying, chat? I didn't. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying, chat? I didn't. So.
And have himself a night that most players could only dream of. You want to know how many games I've watched that were spoiled by an early sub? A player being punished for giving too much belt to the opposing team. A 3-point party cut short because they were playing too good. Potential record shut down because it wouldn't be in good taste. If this is what it takes to make up for all the times I had to
Fuck that
watch
shit. Fuck all that good taste. What the fuck? The hell? The helly? Let the man score 85.
Steve Kerr pull a player from a game on the verge of a league record, then so be it. I am just as surprised as you that I will now see Bam Adebayo's name above Kobe Bryant's for the rest of my days. But to see Bam have the audacity to stay in this game, emphatically do what no one else would dare, was just as fun as it was shocking. Which, by the way, every single player,
Hey, if you got a
without
chance, go for
exception,
it. Go for
would
it.
choose to stay in the game and chase a record if their coach allowed them to. This just happens to be the rare case where a coach did allow it. How can we blame Bam for doing something every player would do if given the chance? I don't know, maybe instead of putting all the blame on the man who just scored 83 points in an NBA game, we should aim that frustration at the team that allowed it to happen.
How do you think you
Throughout
did?
this game, Bam
What's good, Frankie? I saw the chat. The chat was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? They said WW Abe. So um, they said one person said my skin was good. Oh, India said my skin was good. You know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And I said her skin was good too. You know what I'm saying? So they said I was really nice and shit. So that's W. You know what I'm saying? But I think I did good. I think I did good. My mic was fucking up at the beginning, but it was just fucking up for like 1 second, and but we got that shit down though. But I think we did good, chat. You know what I'm saying? I said I mentioned the 401 and everything like that. Like I said, there's another person, Dante, that was after me. He's from the 401 too, another streamer. So it was W's. I'm glad that shit's over now. Holy shit. All right. Damn, I was reacting to this video.
Attempted
But I think I
43
did good,
shots,
Frankie.
which is a lot. But you want to know who shot
No
more
bullshit.
shots in a single game? Kobe. And Kobe, and
Should I
Westbrook,
react to
and
next?
DeJounte
UDY
Murray,
or fucking
and Kobe,
Drewski?
and
I
Kate
need to react to
Cunningham, and
Drewski.
Kobe, Chris Webber, Kobe, Brunson, Jordan, and Kobe. What about all those
Drewski
free
or
throws Bam
UDY?
attempted? Those are the
I'm
symptom
gonna
of a
save one
team
of those for
desperate to slow a
tomorrow.
player
So
down, but
I think I'm
can't
gonna
stop him
react to
without
Drewski.
fouling. It has been
Chat.
decades since the last time a player
And then
chased points
I gotta
to
get
this
off because I'm
extent,
fucking
let
hungry.
alone had a coaching
Almost
staff
4
that
hours in
allowed
this
him to
bitch.
do it. But as I previously
W's.
mentioned, this feels like conclusive proof that the only thing keeping that 100-point record intact
I
is
think I
sheer
did good,
respect for the unwritten rules and the opposing team and the game itself. If Bam can go for 83, I can only imagine what players like Luka, Shea, Giannis, Ant, Wemby could go for if given the opportunity. But now that we're stuck looking at this for the foreseeable future, what are your thoughts?
Yo, chat. Who you think is gonna break this record? Who you think is gonna break this record? I said Wemby. I think Wemby could break it, or Luka. Luka scored 51. Like I said, I keep mentioning this, but like one of them two niggas is gonna fucking hit it, bro. Mark my words. Maybe Webby or Ant. That's stuff I didn't think about Ant. I would say Wemby or who else did I say, chat? Oh, Luka, cause that nigga scored 60 before. He scored 51. So I think. And how many years do you think it will take? I said like maybe 5 years, 10, 10 max, 10 max. I think this happens in what year we in? I think this happens in 2031.
Thoughts on this game? Do you feel like Bam's 83 was legitimate, or did the tactics used at
Like,
the end
nigga, yes, it's legitimate. It's 83, my nigga. I don't care if he went to the free throw line 43 times, nigga. 83 is 83, my nigga. And I don't care if it's against the bum ass Wizards. They're fucking terrible. I know, but like, nigga, let him have this, bro. He has this for like 5 years, probably, or 10. Let him have it. Bam, Kobe, and Wilt. That's insane. When niggas shoot the basket, they be like, bam. That kind of has a good ring to it. Bam. Oh,
this
bullshit.
game damage the legacy of this performance and how we'll remember it? I gotta know. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And
hey man,
always,
let me know what you think in the
next time.
comments down below. Yeah, peace out. Peace.